Manchester, 10:30 p.m.
Sierra 2637 in pursuit of a Metro right, back towards Highley Street, right, XR2 on Sandywell Street now, right on Sandywell.
Put some lights on, they're bailing out.
It's not, it's in the entry.
Yeah, it's the prison escapee. Hotel 23
7, it's Hotel 23, Tango Uniform Bravo. It's a Nova, Sandywell Street.
Steve Mann and Paul Philbin are part of Manchester Police's unique pursuit squad. They're chasing a stolen car they think is being driven by an escaped prisoner.
We're back up to Louisa Street. Oh, I can't believe it. Louisa Street, it's gonna go Louisa Street. 2637, it's Louisa Street. It's gone down an entry, we've lost sight of it. Can you ask India 99 as soon as you can? RCK's not working.
The damaged lamppost loses them vital seconds.
Left. Been looking for that plastic car for 3 weeks. You see that lamppost? Another 3 foot on it, they've had us. Sierra 1163 interrupting. I've lost the vehicle. Did you hear it come to a stop?
I just come out and I seen this car shooting down here. And I thought it went straight through there. It must have just turned right round.
Right.
Someone putting the bin out, it could have been seriously injured, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Minutes later, Paul finds the car, but no sign of the escaped prisoner. It's been abandoned close to where it was stolen. Before long, a man turns up claiming to be the owner.
Hey?
What are these keys for?
Nova GT.
What's the number of it?
Registration.
Yeah.
Honestly, now.
What's this for?
I am.
What's this for?
I'm
Well, tell me what it's for.
So what's the registration?
Give us a piece of paper.
Registration.
We need a...
Alright.
What, you need this to remember the registration?
Yeah. Well, I've only just spotted the bleeding car, haven't I?
Here it is.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'll take it home then.
No, you're not going to be taking it now, you will. No, it's... I think it's a lot of time, we're not going to lose it. It's going to drive like a rock, isn't it?
That did easy. Excuse me there, man.
I'm not going to let you drive it, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Whip it outside his house. Slip the keys to...
This must his old car. You can't drive that, mate, you're too...
I'm not driving.
You go home and he'll bring the car out of your house.
Alright,
One careful on the Damien Hill.
Give it a good pull.
He's well cut, but I said there's no point in taking him in and interviewing him in respect of it. It's just he's not going to have a time of day. We're not going to be able to ID him. We'll just to pull the plug early on.
I've been drinking you tonight. You got any of it left?
Ah, it's got a couple of cans left in the house if you want fancy one.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me. Doesn't sound good to my missus though.
Here you go, Ace. Like that.
See you later.
As the clearing up continues, the owner still seems determined to test his car.
Where'd you live, you? Right. These keys will be at Front Hill Police Station. Right? I'm not having you starting this or going anywhere and you say
I'm
you're
not going anywhere.
Right, not even starting it, alright? If you start it, you're junk in charge of it. It's out now. I've locked it all up for you.
Right.
Nothing of value in here. Take your stereo out. Do it at Plant Hill Police Station tomorrow, alright?
Let's Front Hill.
Blakely. Go in the house. Hello? It's Steve. Yeah. Nothing, mate. We're coming away now.
What's Steve got here, mate?
What? Ferry. Ferris.
We better turn the highways out. Still looks live, this. But it was still live when it was coming down.
Can you just contact Highways? He's knocked a lamppost down, a concrete lamppost.
Yeah, as we came to the bottom of the street, I think he was trying to do a U-turn here, and as he's seen us coming down, he's come back the other way, and he's come a bit wide. I think he's clipped it front offside, and the first thing I've seen is it start to wobble, and luckily enough I could just get the brakes on to stop, and it's come down in front of us.
We're back up to Louisa Street. Oh, I can't believe that.
The escaped prisoner has still not been found. Three nights later, the head of ex-department's car squad, Inspector Peter Aronson, assembles his teams for a new campaign against organised car thieves. Paul Philbin briefs the unit.
The objective for the operation is to target vehicle-related crime in the Lower Broughton, Openshaw and Abbey A area. We've got 5 1 vehicles that are going to be working till 6 AM tomorrow morning. Now, I've liaised with the CK control. They won't link Channel 3 and Channel 5.
But they will link them if there's a pursuit.
No.
Who said that?
They have.
Who? CK. Well, who is CK?
Over to you now, sir.
Here's the bullet.
What I'd like to do is to have one double-man car in each area, i.e. the Lower Broughton and the Openshaw area, with the rest of the patrols thereabouts, but not actually on the areas. And that's about it, really.
The difficulty of not linking the channels has been overcome. So, should a pursuit situation arise, you may have to remind them, because don't forget the changing shifts at some point, and someone will have a cup of tea, etc, etc. Okay, any other questions? Let's do it.
With one car stolen every minute in Britain, Manchester Police have decided to tackle the problem head-on. Using high-powered unmarked cars with onboard video cameras, operations like tonight's have worked well in the past, virtually stopping all serious car crime in the target areas. After 3 years as the unit's boss, Peter Aronson knows the identity of the criminals they're targeting.
You can count on 2 hands the number of people who commit this type of crime in any of the large areas of Greater Manchester. The ruthless types, they have their own culture, their own hours of working, they treat it as a job. They bestow misery on thousands of other people, year in, year out, and they'll do anything, absolutely anything, to evade capture.
Experience has taught them it's difficult to stop a determined criminal.
Please straighten out towards Ogden Lane. Yeah, straight across Ogden Lane now, the general direction of Highway.
While the ex-department driver slows down for the school, the car thief becomes even more reckless. His final act shows just how well he knows his route.
Yes, the vehicle has gone where we can't follow it.
He was never caught. Tonight's operation has just started to hot up.
Been a Ford Sierra has been taken from a car park in the skirts of the city centre. It's gone through the barrier. We're making an educated guess again to where it's likely to go, and we're going to have a scout around that area.
Paul and Steve spend an hour searching known haunts until their hunch pays off, and they spot the stolen Sierra.
637, will you link channel 3 and 5, please? This Sierra is towards Lower Broughton now. We're not immediately behind it. We link 3 and 5. It's gone through left. 2637, CK, did you receive the last? Yeah, we've lost sight of it. It has headed back into Broughton, this Sierra. Go on. Hello? Hello?
There it is.
Hello? Yeah, forget it, we're in a pursuit. Ta-da. What's it called, this bloody radio?
It's under my foot.
2637, we've picked it up again. It's coming in parallel with Adelphi Street. We've just come off North Hill Road. I don't know the name of this road at the moment.
Their onboard video records the action as evidence.
That's going to stop. Even better.
We having it?
Yeah. Cannon Street, it's Cannon Street, CK, it's Cannon Street. We're behind it now, it has pulled up, we're right behind it, reversing lights are on, and it's off. There's 4 on board, 3 on board, beg your pardon, 3 on board. We're looking into a dead end, Damask Avenue. He's reversing, he's rammed us, CK, and he's off again. It's a dead end, Damask Avenue. Get us support as soon as you can. As soon as you can, CK. He's still in the dead end, he has rammed us, and he's trying to ram us again. He's out Damask Avenue, back onto Cannon Street, CK. He's hit us 3 times now. We haven't got an ID on the person who's on board. He's Cannon Street, back towards Lower Broughton. We do not have eyeball with him, believe he's heading straight back towards the Delphi, running parallel with the Delphi Street. Yeah, it's a Ford Sierra, the outstanding Ford Sierra. We've got a section van in front of us now. He's doing a left towards Lower Broughton, a left towards Lower Broughton. Give us some room. Yeah, clear go. Oh, come on. We haven't got eyeball. Where you going? Oh, yeah. He's gone left Blackfriars Road towards Lower Broughton. We haven't got eyeball anymore. It's got to be left in here.
No, it's gone.
Make controls aware. He has hit us several times. The driver will not stop.
I thought it was going to be one of them days. Yeah, we're right there.
Yeah.
It looks to me, just shut that radiator because it's getting rather hot. Oh, it's coming down again now. The fan must have kicked in.
Paul and Steve return to the area in which they think the car has disappeared. 20 minutes later, they find the car abandoned.
You didn't see anybody bailing out, did you? You didn't see anybody bailing out, did you?
The pictures from their onboard video led to the identification of 2 youths who have since been jailed for stealing the Sierra. It appears to be a case of what's become known as joyriding.
There's very few people it's a joy for, though. For us, there are a number of patrols that are here. Members of the public who are living here. I mean, it's relatively early on in the evening. Kids are still knocking about playing. They obviously come onto here, you can see the tracks they've come on. With a total consent for anybody that's living about. It's dangerous the way they're driving. As you've seen yourself on the tape, it's dangerous the way they're driving. And they're just fully intent on getting away at all costs.
Even in treacherous conditions, car thieves have shown how determined they are to get away. The Rover car is stolen, and even though the thief had changed the number plates, he was still spotted. The driver was sentenced to 18 months in jail and disqualified from driving for 3 years. The ex-department teams are used to dealing with the dangerous acts desperate people have used to get away.
This was where Teddy got rammed. They were pursuing the Cavalier, I think there were 3 on board. The Cavalier then drives up that footpath along here, gets stuck, comes back onto the road, gets stuck in traffic.
November Hotel 604 Yankee, Black Cavalier, females on board, failing to stop.
Passing Cobden Street. Is that an RCA? Is that an RCA on Cobden Street?
Yes, Roger, that's involved in RCA on Cobden Street.
Carrying on, he's doing a left onto Clough Road. He's going to come back out onto Rochdale Road, correction Moston Lane.
Road.
Moston Lane. He's going to left left onto Mostyn Lane off Gill Street. Still on Mostyn Lane, going to abandon it, they're going on the footpath. They're going on the footpath, there's red traffic lights, it's going straight through the red traffic lights, it's going straight through the red ATS. Still Mostyn Lane, watch him tell. Still Mostyn Lane, he's stuck in traffic Mostyn Lane, he's putting it in reverse, he's ramming up. He's rammed us!
Yeah, vertical, please circle round.
He's rammed us.
As you see from the video, the exhaust actually, I think it's the windscreen, it's like inches from Julia's head.
Stuck in traffic Mostyn Lane, he's putting it in reverse, he's ramming up. He's rammed us!
These car thieves have not been caught. The unit has now decided to stay as close as possible to the cars they're pursuing to reduce the impact of any ramming. It's now halfway through tonight's operation.
Yeah, do you want us to go to that?
Cedar Place, Lower Broughton Road.
So where it is?
Find it.
Yeah, we'll find it. We're not too far away. Is your patrol on top of that?
At least somebody's got the right idea around this area. Godless people will be judged and destroyed. No, can't destroy them. Take away all the fun.
Paul and Steve have been called to check out two cars being driven recklessly in their target area.
From the 63 Stratford to leave the other patrol over the M6 over.
This type of report is often their first indication of a stolen car.
There you go.
The Beamer and the Civic.
Yeah, Roger, they will be with you soon enough anyway.
As they try to check the registration to see if it's listed as stolen, two men deliberately hide the number plate.
2637 CK.
So far, CK.
2637 for the PNC plate.
964.
Yeah, I've got that. Don't know.
CK, stop calling.
PNC plate. It's an L-roll.
It's gone.
Thanks, Sam.
The video on.
2637 in pursuit of a Volkswagen Golf. Teater Mill Road, clearly. It's pulling over now. November 964 Victor Oscar. Stay in. Hold down.
Yeah. Affirmative, Bigness Street Junction, Cheetah Mill Road.
No lights. Across there at about 50. No, you turned them off again. Do you want to argue it? Do you want to argue it? Right. If you drive at 30 mile an hour with your lights on, you're not going to get stopped, are you?
The first name of Mohammed. Date of birth 31/5/79.
Despite his unconventional driving, the driver is let off with a warning. Steve has no doubt about his motives.
Taking the pips. Ripping around and taking the pips out of the section. If I could have found anything slightly wrong with the car, I would have impounded it and took it off him. Nice car, BR6. Driven by an idiot.
The car wasn't stolen, but the driver's since been jailed for his part in a £250,000 credit card fraud. Drivers of stolen cars have proved how recklessly they'll drive to escape.
Yes, now come up to the roundabout at the vehicle 57, the vehicle crashed on the A57 near the motorway roundabout.
163, we'll take the Mostyn Lane side.
7 hours into the operation, and another stolen car is being pursued across the city.
That's all I have to say, haven't I?
BK3138.
The vehicle's gone into a park. It's quite a large park. It's in between Mostyn and Blakely.
Roger, view information. The KFC is revealing that no reports on a
Bit of abandoned in the park. We'll still make it.
Ex-department's helicopter, call sign India 99, uses a heat-seeking camera to search the park for the fleeing car thieves.
And they could be anywhere in there, and they could stay there for all night. All we're doing here is open the helicopter and pick somebody up and get patrols into where the helicopter can pick them up.
Brown hair, sharp featured, a male white, quite tall in the seat, putting about 5'8" to 6 foot. He's wearing a jacket, dark jacket, and he's got a green...
One behind us, behind us.
Two behind.
The big illuminated one. In the Delham Avenue, Red Wood.
Towards White Moss Shop.
Must have gone inside, I think.
1163.
Opposite Southdown Crescent, the other side. Keep going down, Dave, to your right.
Back there, back there. 1163.
You've got out, pal, I'll bring him in. 2637, urgent. Yeah, two male whites have crossed over Charlestown. They've gone into the shops at the back of White Moss. India 99, it's directly in front of you, below you now.
We're nice and sweet.
Yeah, mate.
Lovely.
Paul catches the driver hiding in the alleyway.
You got the search yet? All right. Okay.
The helicopter directs a police dog handler to the passenger.
Yeah, what's his current business?
Hey.
40 offenders are caught every month with the help of the helicopter.
Get in the van.
What happened was we tried to box him in. We were looking for what we thought was a stolen car that had just been stolen, but we didn't know what make of car it was. As we boxed him in nose to nose, he reversed back out, swung round us, and the pursuit started. He turned his lights off and came on all the side streets, eventually into Bagot Clough.
They've been locked up on suspicion of theft of the motor vehicle. They've come quite a distance from where the vehicle's been abandoned, so they're quite intent on getting away. But for both of them to bail off and to drive to such extreme.
The two youths pleaded guilty to stealing the car and driving it recklessly. They were each given 180 hours of community service and banned from driving for a year. There's been a report of two armed men in a tattoo shop next to a bank.
Yeah, okay. We're seconds away from the army point.
Thank you.
Tattoo place and a chemist.
Just want to check, see if we can... Rick, are they making mention of any vehicles that we've got out of any vehicle?
No, well, all they're saying is that he said he was in the shop and he's gone in there and he's seen the guns and he's left because he's been scared and took his mate with him.
You take the next road on the right.
Lansdowne Road.
Lansdowne Road.
Right.
Turn around, you'll get an eyeball on the premises as well.
Sergeant Olaf is in a position to discreetly come...
Ex-departments used to block the escape of armed criminals. Each officer carries his own bulletproof vest.
Can assist us in stopping these people.
Yeah.
What is it?
Just cover the front of the shop.
Is the front being covered now? We'll go after the other two.
20 seconds, time to go. You can see the chemist, Boots. See where the taxi is? It's that shop on the left from the taxi.
Steve has faced gunmen before.
Yeah, we went to a robbery. Turned out they had a firearm and were shooting at us. Unfortunately for us, they were blanks, but could very easily have been the real thing. We won't be here telling the tale if it had.
2637.
Yeah, we're just across the road.
He's going in.
Yeah, I can see you going in. We'll back you up, we'll come through the traffic.
The two men are discovered in the shop. Paul and Steve question them as a detailed search begins.
Get your hands where we can see you, mate. All right.
Two rifles have already been found with the two suspects.
Okay. Everything will be explained to you in a minute. Using no weapons.
They're ours.
Who's ours? They're both yours, yeah?
No, they're ours.
Right, okay. If you've got nothing to hide and nothing you do is illegal, then what are you worried about?
I'm not worried about anything, I just don't like being treated like this.
How have you been treated?
Terrorists. Sure.
As more guns are discovered in the shop, the search moves into the back rooms.
Oh, we do this to look for ammunition.
Bit of paper, let me just check the... Has anyone got the little piece of white paper on them?
Paul and Steve's hunt for ammunition is revealing a series of suspicious items.
What is it?
It's life, Jim, but not as we know it.
As the guns are made safe, the team finds some more interesting objects, including a set of scales, often an indication of illegal drug use.
Hello? Hello?
They also discover a stolen photocopier.
I need it.
In the cellar, a motorcycle frame, which is also stolen.
Go outside there and see what's...
As they search further, they discover a makeshift rifle range tunnelled into the garden.
There's another bag in the back here. Yeah. We'll find a tribe here, won't we? An Amazonian tribe in the middle of Crumpsall. Are you passing that computer up?
It isn't clear if the guns are air rifles or illegal firearms, so they're taken back to the station for detailed examination.
I wouldn't have thought air rifles. Certainly wouldn't have thought air rifles. Look at it. That one with all the sights on it.
Even though those appeared to be air weapons, there was nothing to say he didn't have the real things hidden somewhere in the house.
Should have kept these on.
We'll take this home for a wash. Not because I shit yourself in it, but it probably needs one.
In the end, all the guns were found to be air rifles, but Darrell Case pleaded guilty to handling stolen goods and possession of drugs. His brother Stephen Case had all charges against him dropped.